term, and to enter into what we learned is a community benefit agreement. This is a sample, one that we pulled off the internet that the city of Richmond entered into with Chevron, and it's really, it's a 10-year agreement they entered into, and it involves support in education, it involves support in healthcare and different things. One of the things that we brought out, just to kind of get people thinking, different elements of a healthy community. If our community is lacking them and we feel interested in acquiring them, it may well be possible with the support of the developers coming in. And the first thing we want to do is get a vision, and then under that steps, whether it's, someone said sidewalks, someone said a youth center, the youth, different things. And this is where all of the input and hopefully continued input and participation will make this happen.
The reason we called the community meeting was so that we can try and establish a vision, possibly even come up with a mission statement on behalf of the Chamber of Commerce. And then we're here tonight to see if you can give us ideas that possibly that we don't have. So you can bring out ideas as to where we would like to be in 5 years or 10 years here in the community of Niland. Because we are part of the county, we are unincorporated, and in order to try and do some redevelopment or any kind of progress within the community or any kind of agencies or businesses that are going to come into our community, we want the community to say where we'd like to be in the next 5 years or 10 years, and possibly give us ideas. There's been a lot, like John said earlier, there's been a lot of talk about, we need something for the youth, we need parks, we need recreation, we need something for the senior citizens. There's been talk about redeveloping the land that the Chamber of Commerce exists on, possibly renovating this community center, and we can use it for the youth and we can use it for the senior citizens. There's also been talk about using the back of the park to kind of add maybe like a little basketball court, possibly also even put like a shed where the vendors are. So there's been a lot of talk, but instead of when we meet with some of the developers that come into town, instead of us coming up with a list, we want to hear it from the community. There's also been talk about the possibility of a swimming pool. Something for the youth to do in the summer because of our hot weather here in Imperial County. There's hardly nothing to do. And so I'm going to go ahead and start taking notes of maybe some things that you'd like to see. Later, we're going to go ahead and recap and summarize what we get from you, and then we're going to prioritize because things cannot happen overnight. It's going to be a process, and hopefully as the developers come in, maybe they can assist us in possibly funding things that are on our list of things that we'd like to see later on. Okay? I understand that there is an Opti-Solar project coming in, and they are exempt to pay taxes. So possibly we will not get money, directly from them. But I understand that we've been talking to some of the city planners. Maybe there's a way that we can get funding right off the top of those projects if there's a community agreement. We did pick up a copy of an agreement that has been done elsewhere. Maybe we could tweak it and adopt it to be part of our community. And it would have to be an agreement that the county supervisors and the county development office would have to also approve. So it's going to be hard, it's going to be a process, but we are committed to try, on behalf of the Chamber of Commerce, to try and be the establishment to try and bring something better for the community. Is there something you want to add?
One of the things is if we make this community agreement, the community benefits agreement, it does not have to be okayed by the county. It will be an agreement in between the developer and us, and basically it will not even go to the county. It's something that would be thrown in on their thing, and it will automatically be agreed upon because the developer has already agreed upon it. So it'll be a benefit to us, and some of the past agreements that they made has been a tremendous amount of money.
This morning, I spoke with the city manager of the city of Richmond up in the Bay Area just to explain who we are, what we're engaging in, to get any words, and he spoke quite a bit to me, and he basically said it's a very positive relationship with them. It's not any, oh, give us this or that. Just make it positive and partner with them on lasting things. He talks about programs where there's people from the refineries sitting on these committees that, you know, annually decide how things are handled. So it's really engaging him to be a partner, and for us as a chamber and the community to welcome and to support and promote their projects.
I have a question. I got an open vision concerning the future of Niland. Yet I would like to know the impact it's going to have if we have these people come in. Will it be in the way of other people that actually want to do something bigger here?
Well, that's...
So we got to look at the impact as to what it's going to be, the land they want, if it's going to be in the way of a bigger project, and you know, and get a little bit more money for the city. And by doing that, maybe we got to have an open mind concerning the future, not just right now, the whole future.
Let Betty speak.
But once somebody has bought property for a project, we can't stop that. They've already purchased the property. And I don't think the community has any say in whether that happens or not.
However, when somebody goes in and does this type of projects, there's environmental impact studies that have to be done and turned in, and those reports have to be coming out and have to be approved. So there's a process for that already.
The community always has a say. I mean, remember the sludge plant. The community has a say in how these things come into the community, okay?
Right.
The thing is to have a cooperative agreement with the developers that come in. There are always going to be other projects. Right now, we have a lot of land around us, okay? A lot of it's been bought up in different projects or in the future. We have geothermal, we have the sun people, and they have wind, but that really doesn't concern us because it's a different area if you look at the map. But the solar projects are basically going to be situated in land that's not going to be used, okay? Our farming community, if you talk to farmers, we have some here, basically everything has gone down to Mexico. So we have, you know, we have like 3.1 million acre feet of water coming into here, which is in danger of being sent to LA. Okay. We need to basically power this community up with different projects so we can become a stronger community. The solar thing is I think is one of the best things going, besides wind and geothermal, and it doesn't really impact the land that much. And all these things have to go through planning to be approved. I mean, they have to do environmental studies. I gave, let's see, Joanna, a great big thing of where they have actually gone out, counted the turtles, the burrowing owls, and everything in this particular project, an environmental study that's, you know, it had to be 300 pages long. And these projects are important not only to us as a community, but for the whole country. We have to basically start looking at these renewable energy projects as being one of the things that we have to support. It's going to be important for our future and for the kids' futures. I mean, it's that important.
I have a question. This meeting, I'm Benjamin Horton. I'm coming from Connecticut, California. Is it something that is this meeting for the community, or something that we're trying to attract developers coming over and show them that it's, you know, we're willing to, you know, Niland is willing to work with them, and it's not like, you know, sometimes there's cities, which I know that Connecticut, sometimes when there's developers that go over there, it's pretty hard for developers to go. There's a lot of these fees and everything. Are we trying to do something for the community, or kind of like adapting them together?
These agreements came about and started out in he's researched quite a bit, basically back in 1998.
Okay.
And basically a community gets together when they find that someone is moving in with a big project, and they get together with the developer